My name is Carlos Savila, and these upcoming elections are very important elections, not only the one in November, but also the one in May.
I'm a graduate from Trenton Central High. I'm a believer. I believe that anything that can be done, any complaint, any problem, there is always a solution. I've been there on my own. I walked the step on my own, and I do not fear. I had 9 years ago a rally of 500 people.
Mr. Harris?
Thank you for coming. Thank you, TCCA, NAACP, for hosting this event. My name is Paul Harris, and I'll get right to the point because I think it's often the case that we have politics. They get up and they give you these platitudes, but no one's ever specific. So let me be specific as to what the priorities will be should I be elected to serve the remaining 8 months of former Councilman Costin. Jobs is a #1 issue. As you do know, there's $149 million that's coming for a new high school. Miller Homes is a $20 million project. The rerouting of Route 1 is another $100 million project. The priority that this council, the next council must be that Trentonians get these jobs, especially when it comes to rebuilding our city. The second thing is the reopening of our South Ward Senior Center. That was a valuable resource to many of our seniors. I would like to have the conversation with the mayor and our council with regards to being able to reopen it and giving our residents, our seniors, a place to go to. Another issue that was brought up recently is crossing guards. There should never be a major intersection in this ward where children have to cross to get to school. I mean, there are some there's some places where children have to cross on their own. If we have the funds for crossing guards, I would like to see that extended. Another thing is a simple thing, bus shelters. And that's simple. That would require a partnership between New Jersey Transit, Department of Public Works, and simply saying, you know what, when folks are outside, they have a place to go to. Getting our streets on a paving list, there are a lot of streets that need to be paved. That should be a priority. Additional trash cans, and most importantly, a crackdown on the Pennsylvania license plates. Because at the end of the day, parking is a major issue in this ward. People need a place to park. And at the end of the day, if you got 5 or 6 cars with Pennsy tags that are parked out for one unit, the law needs to be enforced. These are the priorities that I'll have for you. I'm not perfect, but at the end of the day, I believe these issues are important to you. Thank you.
Mr. Martinez?
I'd like to thank the KatManDu, Alex Bethea, and Michael McGrath, TCCA, my families, my friends, my wife and my daughter here today, and also some of my staff for my campaign. I come with you with much experience. I've been married 30 years, for those who don't know me, to my wife, Carmen.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. I'm not going to waste any more time. Thank you once again. My name is George Michel. I live at 1002 Layler Street. My wife's name is Teresa Michel. Been married 26 years. Have a business 28 years. We bring back this issue. We have to bring new businesses in, and to do this, we have to stabilize the South Ward.
Mr. Harris?
First things first, what we need to do is all of the abandoned properties that are in the city, it's been suggested that we levy a fee. So basically, we fine people essentially an annual fee to have basically a property that's abandoned. That would solve a lot of the issues. The second thing I would suggest is that what we do is, if the city owns these properties, we should unload them as fast as we can, as for as cheap as we can, turn them over to private individuals, developers, local contractors who can turn these around by employing local Trentonians. And then what we can do is we can sell these, because there are a lot of Trentonians here who would love to own a home. And we have plenty of housing stock here for them. So the first thing is a fine or annual fee for those who let properties sit. The second thing would be for the city to unload all of its properties. The third thing is to also make sure that the lending institutions locally, local banks, will be able to give local businesses financing to upgrade these properties. Because believe it or not, it's hard to get financing. And it was even before this crisis that we have now. But the future of Trenton is revitalizing our neighborhoods. We have to revitalize our neighborhoods. And the only way to do that is to turn these properties over to private developers and local contractors to fix them up. Thank you.
Mr. Martinez.
Blight in our community is a serious problem. The major homeowner of stock in the city of Trenton is the city of Trenton. And in reality, what we need to do is we need to push for an aggressive home ownership property.
You ever go across the bridge? There's these big green signs in Marsfield that says littering, fine $300. I suggested that we have signs put up throughout the South Ward that make it clear what the fine is for littering, and I suggested that we maximize it. The most the judge can fine you is $2,000. And so I suggested that what we do is the minimum fine for littering is $300. That's a lot, but I mean, I think that we start giving out summonses for people who throwing chicken bones and bags on the floor and they get a fine for $300, I guarantee you they'll think twice before they do it again. That's the first thing. And what we need is trash cans. There are simply, and I'm told that there's a warehouse full of trash cans, but they don't want to put them out. We need trash cans because a trash can every 600 feet isn't helping anybody. That's the other thing we need. But most important is enforcement. Laws are useless if you do not have personnel to enforce it. So you have the fine for littering, you have the trash cans, and then you have police. And even if they have to if we have to deputize our own residents to go out there, we enforce it. And then what you do is you get the Trentonian and the Trenton Times to print on a monthly basis how many people are being fined, because the word will get out quick. You better not, because I was walking the other day and they opened the car door and dumped all the McDonald's out on the, I said, what? There's no respect. I guarantee you we'll teach people respect real quick. But we got to put some teeth into these laws. That's it. I can do it. I've already been to council and proposed it. I'll propose it again. Thank you.